Hello y'all, welcome to Crafting with Kathilee. I may have told some of you that I was looking for my fuse tool, and thankfully I found it. Here it is. I have this roly tip on it. I can't touch it right now because it is hot. It's a little roly tool to seal it. It's a handy little holder. I've had this for many years. I used it a ton when I first got it, then I kind of forgot about it for so long that I forgot where it was. Okay, so here's a few of the pouches that come with it. And first of all, I'm just going to show you what I do to make a simple square pouch. This one I will put some fun little sequins and such that I have in it. I have some little ants. I will stash some ants in there. I'm working on some Halloween projects, so I'll stash a few ants in there. And some skull and crossbones. And I have been preheating my little tool, so it should be plenty hot to do this. And like I said, I haven't used it in a while, so I hope I haven't forgotten how to use it. And I have some pumpkins. And some bats. And the bats, I kind of have to make sure they aren't stuck together. Sometimes they'll stuck 3 or 4 together. Okay, so just a cute little shaker. If I wanted to add some other sequins and stuff, I could. I'm just going to keep this simple. And for this one, I'm just going to lay it down here and find the line there. Push them out of the line. I want it a little bit bigger than a square. And then I'm just going to take my tool and press it down. And you don't want to go too fast or it won't seal. And then I'll make sure it's sealed. Not quite sealed, so I'll do it again a little bit. And one more time in a little bit higher spot. And again, I was doing that way too fast, so it didn't want to seal up tightly. And then I'm also going to punch a hole in this one to go in one of my tag flip books. So I'm going to trim off the top. So it's a nice little sealed pouch. I like this better than using washi tape and such. I did do this before I had a wood burner, or before I had a fuse tool. I used a wood burner for it. It was a lot trickier, and sometimes I just ended up melting the plastic. Okay, I'm going to put a hole punch here. So I want to make sure sequins don't fall out of the hole. So what I'm going to do is just go across here and make it a separate little section so the sequins don't come out of the hole punch. And then I'm just going to punch the hole so I can add this to my tag flip book. So there's the first one. Next one's a little trickier because the sequins I'm using and the next one have a lot of static to them. So okay, on this next one, I want to do a witch's hat. So I'm just gonna lay this. I might be able to get 2 out of here, so I'm gonna go over here with it. This, I'm not really good at this, so bear with me. I'm going to try. So I'm going to start here in the corner, so I might have room for another one. Maybe. And I have to move these around to do it. So I'm just going to go up like this. A couple of times to make sure it gets a good seal. And then go this way. And I do have this on the mat that came with it, so I'm not going to burn through my Now that I have those in, I'm going to go through really slow on it. I'm not going to burn through to my cutting mat. At least I hope not, because this is a fairly new cutting mat. Okay, now I'm going to do part of the hat part, but I don't want to do it all because I will not be able to get the sequins in. So I'm just going to go up this first little curve on both sides. I did this before and I almost closed it, and then I just simply could not get the sequins into it, so I learned a little on it. So I'm just going to go part way up with it. Hopefully that is pretty much sealed. So now I'm just going to trim some of the excess away. And just kind of go up like this with it. I don't think I can get another one, but I might be able to use that for something. Just trim away some of the excess. And then I'm just going to throw some, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I guess I'm just kind of out of camera shot. I'm sorry about that. Okay, and then I'm going to just throw some fun sequins. And these are some of the Stampin' Up! Ones I got. See, they're sticking to my fingers. I probably should have baby powdered my fingers maybe. Sequins have a lot of static, so at least these ones do. That little baby just might not want to go in there. There. And then I have some other pretty Halloween colored ones that I will add to it. Just some pretty, I'm going to try to make them go down in there at least a little bit. There, they went down a little bit more. I don't want to put too many in because they won't fill up they won't shake. So I think that has a few in. So now I'm going to lay it back down, try to keep my sequins up there, and just kind of roll around the rest of my brim of my hat. And again, I like to go over it more than once. To make sure it's sealed. And maybe that's an extra step I don't have to do. I just choose to do it. So that's pretty much sealed. And again, I am going to punch a hole in this. So after I trim it up here a little bit, now if you don't have a fuse tool, you can make these by cutting the shape and using washi tape to seal them. I just prefer to use this tool. I just like it. It just makes a nice little shaker. So you can see that how nicely that's going to shake around. And it's just going to go in my flip book. Then I'm going to punch a hole in it. So I do want to seal off the top of the tip. Or do I want to hang it here? Yeah, I think I want to seal off the top. So I'm just going to go across here so the sequins won't fall out when I do my hole punch. So there's that. I think it'd be really easy to do a candy corn. You wouldn't even have to have a template for that. So there we go. There's that little shaker. I'll add some string on it, and I'll show you this in a finished project another time. So there's that one. And then I also have a pumpkin template, which is a little more complicated. And this was one of the ones that when I did it before, and I just freehanded these. You could probably, when I did it before, I went all the way to here and then tried to fill it. So I'm going to leave the top pretty much open this time. So I'm going to start it like right here and just go around. And my gun's getting a little hot, so I need to go a little faster. Can you see it starting to melt there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this a little because I don't want it to be round. So I'm going to start over and I'm going to go a little bit faster. And again, I don't want to go too far on the top because I do not want to okay. So now I want to trim this off here because that's excess that I don't need. Trim off some of the excess, and I will just want to make sure it's sealed. That side needs a little bit more, so I will quickly go around a little bit more. And since I'm doing it, I'll go around this edge a little bit more. I just don't want to melt it too much. Okay, now I'm going to add my stuff, because if I add my stuff too soon, it will be, or if I wait and do it, it will be messy. So this one I'm going to do a mix of the bigger sequins and confetti things and the smaller ones. A few pumpkins in there and a few spiders, because those spiders, well, these are actually ants, but they look like spiders, okay? I don't know if I said that earlier, that they were spiders, but they're ants, because I couldn't find spiders. So a couple of ants pretending to be spiders. And we'll add a few of the skull and crossbones to this one too. Now, we all know the best time to find Halloween crafting stuff is after Halloween. So if you have to go get some stuff now, you can. But if you don't absolutely need it now, wait and get it in a few weeks and it'll all be on super sale. I mean, right now it's probably 40% off, I would guess, at Hobby Lobby, a few other places. But if you wait, you can find them for like 75% off. And if Michael's does their grab boxes, that's a great time to get Halloween stuff. If there's grab boxes like in December, they're usually Halloween stuff. I'm going to add a few more in here because that's not full enough for me. So that looks like a nice little mix. So now I will finish sealing my pumpkin. I'm going to go in on both sides a little bit more. And then just go up and up for my trunk of my pumpkin. Again, over. Make sure it's sealed. And go across the top of my pumpkin. Slow down, Kathleen. And I hope that we're all sealed nicely. I'm going to do it right here just one more time. And just go over it again a little. I don't want my sequins to go all over my, and we'll trim. So you don't want to do too intricate a shape because it would be hard to do. This is the tip I like to use. It does come with smaller tips. I like to use this tip. There are cutting tips that will just cut through. I like those too, but for these shaker cards, I like these big, thick. There is wider ones too, but okay, so we're all sealed up inside of there. And I do want to do my seal right there. Keep my stuff from falling out before I punch it. And then on this one, I want to give it some greenery. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little punch right there. And a little punch right here, so I can run twine through it later, and then it'll have twine up there. So there's quick and easy how I do some shaker cards using my fuse tool. There's all sorts of other fun stuff you can do with the fuse tool. I'm sure there's hundreds of videos on it. So thank you for visiting Crafting with Kathy Lee. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I appreciate your visiting my channel. Have a great day.